Alright, let's dive into this because it's a big moment for DIIV fans, and honestly, for anyone who's been following the evolution of shoegaze and indie rock. The band just dropped their new single, The Fountain, and officially announced their upcoming album, ZIRP, produced by A.G. Cook no less. But here's the thing. This isn't just another album announcement. Feels like a statement, a pivot, maybe even a reset. And personally, I think that's what makes this so compelling. First off, let's talk about A.G. Cook's involvement. If you're familiar with his work, whether it's with Charlie XCX or Caroline Polachek, you know he's not one to play it safe. His approach to production is often experimental, almost boundary-pushing. So when he says he ditched the original plan to destroy and rebuild DIIV's demos in a Screamadelica style, it's not just a throwaway comment. It's a clue. What many people don't realize is that producers often have a vision that can either elevate or completely derail a band's sound. But here, Cook seems to have tapped into something raw, something that feels authentically DIIV yet fresh. What makes this really interesting is the way Cook describes the process. He became obsessed with their live sound, which, if you take a step back and think about it, is a huge departure from the typical studio-centric approach. Recording live drums before the songs were even finished, spending more time on intricate guitar parts than on computer-based production. That's a bold move. It suggests a desire to capture the band's essence, their energy, in a way that feels immediate and unfiltered. And in a world where so much music is polished to perfection, that's a risky, but potentially rewarding choice. Now let's talk about the album's themes. Inspired by Palantir, Societal Breakdown, and streaming's endless hamster wheel, ZIRP feels like it's tapping into something bigger than just music. From my perspective, this isn't just an album about personal struggles or relationships, though those elements are there. It's a commentary on the world we're living in. The title itself, ZIRP, feels like a utopian dystopian mantra, as Cook puts it, and that duality is fascinating. Is it a call to action, a warning, or just a reflection of the chaos we're all navigating? I think it's a bit of all three. The single, The Fountain, is a great introduction to this new era. It's ominous, sure, but there's also a sense of urgency and purpose. One thing that immediately stands out is how the track feels both familiar and unfamiliar. It's unmistakably DIIV, those dreamy guitars, that hazy atmosphere, but there's a new layer of intensity, a sharpness that wasn't there before. What this really suggests is that the band isn't just resting on their laurels. They're evolving, and that's always exciting to see. Now, let's not forget the tour. DIIV is hitting the road in 2026, with dates across the US and Europe. Supporting Interpol and Basement on some shows, headlining others? It's a smart move. It gives them a chance to reach new audiences while also reconnecting with their core fanbase. But here's the thing, touring is hard. It's grueling. And after everything the band has been through, the existential crises, the challenges of recording Frog in boiling water, it feels like this tour is more than just a promotional run. It's a test, a chance to prove to themselves and to us that they're still in this for the long haul. Speaking of Frog in boiling water, it's impossible not to draw comparisons. That album was quiet, introspective, almost passive. NME's 3-star review called it impressionistic, but also questioned whether it felt like living the same day over and over again. Ouch. But here's where it gets interesting. ZIRP feels like a direct response to that criticism. It's louder, bolder, more assertive. It's DIIV saying, "We hear you and we're not afraid to change." What many people don't realize is how much goes into making an album like this. The band's bassist, Colin Caulfield, talked about how they went into the recording process with big ambitions, but it ended up being a huge challenge. Resentments built, relationships were tested. Frontman Zachary Cole Smith even mentioned how being in a band is like making sausage. There's so much behind the scenes that fans never see. And that's what makes this album feel so hard-fought. It's not just music. It's a testament to their resilience. So, where does this leave us? ZIRP feels like a turning point for DIIV. It's an album that's unafraid to ask big questions, to push boundaries, to evolve. Personally, I think it's going to divide fans. Some will love the new direction. Others might miss the old DIIV. But isn't that the mark of a band that's truly trying to grow? If you take a step back and think about it, that's what art is all about. Taking risks even if they don't always pay off. As we wait for the album to drop on October 30th, I'm left with one big question. What does ZIRP mean for the future of DIIV? Is this the start of a new chapter? Or just a detour? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure. This is a band that's not content to stay in one place. And for that, I'm here for it. What about you? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.